Hi, welcome to Brainy Buzz and welcome to the HTML tutorials. So far we have seen some of the tags and the tables, lists, images, links and lots of other things, how to put them in the web page. In the previous tutorial we have seen how to put the frames in your web browser. So we have seen the attributes of the frame set and now we are going to see the attributes of the frame. So I have modified it a little bit. I have made it rows rather than calls, and over here let me just remove this. Okay, now you have seen the src name attribute. Frame border is basically used to specify whether the frame should be frame should have the border or not. Margin width and margin height are basically specifies the width between the left and right of the frame's border and the frame's content. So now we have seen the nor size in frame set. If you put the nor size is equals to nor size in the frame set, your each and every frame will not scroll. You will not be able to drag it. But supposingly if you want to put it for a particular frame, like for this frame you put it and you just refresh it. So now you will not be able to drag this, but you will be able to drag it like this. But if you put nor size attribute is equals to nor size for this particular frame, so for this frame two borders are associated, so you won't be able to move any of this. Another attribute that you have is this scrolling, whether you want to switch on the scrolling or not, this particular one. So by default it is on and on the auto mode, but if you want you can also remove it. I'll just with the let's save it. Over here you can find this scrolling over there. If I just refresh it, you can see the scroll bar is gone. So it's better to have the scroll bar over there so that at least you can navigate if you have the lengthy page. Another attribute is your long description. Long description, basically you will specify the URL for the another page that might have the long description. Like you have a small piece of HTML page on a particular frame, but what if you want to go for the longer or the more description? So for long description you have to mention another URL of the page. So in the long description you mention that. Another thing that you have the no frames. Supposingly if your browser it does not support the frames tag, so for that you have another tag, that is the no frame. This element is displayed in if the browser does not support frames. It might happen with older browsers. Body tag should come inside no frame tag, so that if browser does not support frames, it will display what is written in the body tag. So if this frame set is not there, so what you should do, you should write no frames over here, and in the body tag you just write some sorry message. Sorry, frames are not supported for this browser. Or sometimes if you want you can also write another like code like tables and all those things in over here. So but my browser supports the frame, so I don't have, it will not be displayed over here. So you can write it, the no frames can be used for that. Another thing, it's like if you want to mix the rows and the columns like this, so what we can do, we can write the frame set over here, and after that I want two rows, and in first row I want one column. So I'll do this basically 30 and 70 because you have to make it 100. After that what I do, in the first row I want to display the two columns. First of all, first one I want as the 40%, another one I want as the 30%. So in the two calls I want I'll just close the first frame set. So over here what you can see that in the rows you have two rows over here, and in the first row you have defined one frame set. So it's like you can also nest the frame set if you want. So now you can see you have these scroll bars, and your first row is divided into the columns, two columns, and your second row is of the full column. So now if you want to divide these columns or the first column also, you can nest the frame set. So like this you can make it a nice frame structure in your web browser, or but there should be one parent frame set over where you mention how many rows or how many calls you want, or the initial structure or the page layout of your browser. After that you can just modify like how many rows and how many calls you want over here. Like if I want to divide my another row, the second row also, then also I'll mention like frame set over here. So I hope you understood the frame set. Thanks and have a nice day.